Started out with a group of ladies, as I understand it, that were new to Coconut Creek and decided that they needed something for the women to do.
The Women's Club of Coconut Creek started in 1970, so last year we had our 40th anniversary. I believe it originally started because they wanted to be a civic organization. In fact, the name used to be the Women's Civic Club of Coconut Creek. And they used to host the candidates night for the politicians to speak who was running for office. They wanted to build a community center, and so they needed to get an organization together to have some fundraisers. They also had like the firemen's picnic, and so the Women's Club was very much involved in that. So I think it was social and it was also civic, and as we said in our motto, for the betterment of Coconut Creek.
The Women's Club means to me, it's just a cumulation of what this community is. It's to give back the betterment of where we live, and that's how I feel. It makes the city better.
We had hay rides, we had square dances, we had, the first year we came, we had Santa in the park. And it's been fun.
It's a good organization. I like it because all the money that we raise, we give back to Coconut Creek and all the residents, and the kids going to school here, we reward them with scholarships for good grades. I like the whole community atmosphere, and everything that we do in the Women's Club, we give back.
I moved here in August of 1978, and on one of my trips past this community center, I saw a sign that said Women's Club meeting tonight. And I stopped and said to my husband, I'm going to give it a try, but if they're all 80 years old, I'll be right home. And so it's been 33 years of being a member.
The Women's Club is the only civic organization in our city that totally gives back to the city. I think it's nice to give back to your city. You learn a lot. We have programs at our meetings. We try to do informational meetings. And I think it's a great thing to get to know each other. Some people have things in common, like with their kids, and it's something for everybody, from the oldest member is probably 84, 85, and the youngest is in early 20s, so it's a well-rounded group.
The club evolved, and at one point they branched out into little groupings like needlework and card playing and garden club and things like that.
I think it's just a warm, welcoming group of women who get together and raise funds for the scholarship, which is certainly worthy. So we're giving back to the community, and yet we're having fun with each other as we raise this money. And we have social activities too. But it's just been a very warm and welcoming group.
Scholarships. The program actually began in about 1975, and it started out with one scholarship. To my understanding, it was in the amount of about $1,000. So we have grown a bit more since then. We, to date, have given out a little less than $200,000 in scholarship funds to the students of Coconut Creek, which I'm very proud to say be a part of that. We start out the year, we kick off the year with our annual fair. We sell spaces to vendors, whether they have handmade or other items to sell. And then we also have a quilt that some of our local our own members, as well as honorary members, participate in making and donating.
We have a quilting group that's a takeoff from the Women's Club. There's a lot of members. We make a quilt each year for the Holiday Handicraft Fair, but we've also made quilts for SOS, Children's Villages, and some preschool kids that have no money, and they get to keep that quilt. That quilt stays with them the rest of their life.
We make one main one a year, and the reason we make it is to raise money for the scholarship committee. The way we work it here for this quilt for the craft show, and it's not one that you can make quickly. It's really a quality quilt. I set up different workstations. Then I'll say, you do the cutting, you do the sewing, and it's funny that this year Becky did the ironing. So we have pressers and ironers. And then we put it all together. But the most important thing in the end that every single cent of this money goes for scholarships. And I feel very strongly about that.
One of the reasons that I wanted to learn to quilt was my grandmother always quilted. And she said, if you slept underneath a quilt made with love, you would always be loved. And that's the greatest thing in the whole world.
The annual fair is the 34th year that the Women's Club has put it on, and it's normally held the first Saturday of November. Normally we have between 50 and 70 vendors. For a typical annual fair, we raise $4,000, $5,000.
And then we go to the garage sale, which is in March, in or around St. Patrick's Day. And same thing, you know, we try to make at least sometimes $2,000, $2,500 if we're lucky. And then we have what we call the Festival of Lights, which is where we sell luminaries to be set up and displayed throughout Coconut Creek. And they're set up on Christmas Eve, and they light the way for whoever the kids think are coming. And we usually make about $1,000 for that.
The garage sale is an event we do once a year, usually in March. It's a one-day sale on Saturday, and we collect donations from the public and the community on Friday night, and we put all the donations together. We usually have it in the gymnasium. It's undercover inside. Everything's sorted, all the clothes, men's clothes, baby clothes, housewares, plants, books. We sort it all our women come and sort everything Friday night. And then Saturday morning, bright and early, people are knocking on our door. We also usually do a bake sale and have donuts and coffee for people to buy and to donate towards our cause.
This building has a lot of history with the Women's Club. This building, I believe, was built in 1972, and the Women's Club was 2 years old at the time. The women solicited bricks for the Women's Club. They sold bricks for $1. People like Ethel Rowe, Chris Binder, Joanne Marks were some original members, and they helped with, you know, selling the bricks. The kids went door to door, knocking on doors. They were selling bricks. So it was a big Women's Club project.
The organization is open to any woman in Coconut Creek. And since Coconut Creek is so much larger than the original South Creek, we have a lot of different neighborhoods to draw from now. We meet the second Monday of the month at 7:30 at the Rowe Community Center.
Join the club, you'll meet a lot of nice people, and you'll have a lot of fun things to do.
We need members, come join us.